It is a sunny, beautiful day in the city of Lagos, and you're watching Meet the Boss, brought to you by ConnectNigeria.com. I still remain your humble host, William Zunga, and today on the program, we shall be playing around the educational space. I know you might be wondering already that who and what brand am I going to be talking to today? Well, why not just sit back and relax, grab a cup of coffee, a cup of drink, or whatever you want to take, and after this short break, I shall be unveiling my guest today. You're watching Meet the Boss. We shall be right back after this time out. Welcome back to the show, Meet the Boss, brought to you by ConnectNigeria.com. Before that break, I did tell you that today we are going to be playing around the educational space, and my guest today is no other person than Mr. Ehizua Matthias Ehizua, the CEO and founder of a brand known as Ehizua Hub. So you're welcome to the program today.
Thank you for having me, William.
And I must say your place is really amazing.
Thank you so much. Everyone says so when they step in here.
Good.
They step into the future, basically.
It is. I personally even love your studio where we're having this live discussion today.
Yeah, thank you.
Good. Now let's get right into it. Usually when I have this interview with my guest, I like my guest doing me the honors of letting the viewers back home know who they are from their own mouth. So please tell the viewers back home who you are. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, thank you, William. My name is Matthias Ehizua. Not so familiar with the whole ecosystem in Nigeria. I've been away in Australia for the past 12 years.
Okay.
And just come back to Nigeria for a long time now, trying to make an impact. And we've done this beyond trying, because we've established a hub right in the city of Awuyaya Lekki. And I'm so passionate about people, about working with people. Education sector has been part of me.
Yeah.
And so my passion is what is actually being manifested right now. We are out here for good, to provide a social enterprise and solution in the space of education, which actually also brings financial returns to us as investors. And so that is why we're here for this. So I'm just a simple guy, easygoing, and passionate about helping people, and so I'm doing this now.
Fantastic. I like that.
Yeah.
Single guy, passionate about helping people. Now, let's talk about your brand, Ehizua Hub. My question will be in twofold. One, what do you guys do exactly at Ehizua Hub, and at what point in time in life did you tell yourself that, look, this is the direction I'd like to go?
Well, when COVID started in 2020, it just boiled down to me that my core business was international student recruitment, and I felt that there should be an alternative to student recruitment. The main reason why people go overseas to study is to access quality education, and to get a better outcome at the end of that studies. So Ehizua Hub was birthed from that understanding. So what we do as a hub, we facilitate access to quality and affordable education, and we foster innovation and entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And how do we do this? We have to bridge financial divides and digital divides. So that's why we have the hub set up to facilitate access to internet, access to technologies, where students can come and study from the hub, connect to the world.
Okay.
And at the same time, we are providing access to quality education. As I've said, education has gone beyond university degree. It has gone beyond PhD. So education can just be a 3 or 2 months short course in web development, in creative technology. So that is what we are doing as a hub. So we are driving the creative technology and training across schools in Nigeria, and we're doing this very well. And for the past 6 months, we've been successful in doing this.
Fantastic. Now let me pick you on the area of before I even go to that part of the question. Tell us what makes your hub, what makes Ehizua Hub different from conventional educational structures.
Good. What makes us different entirely? We are a hub. We're not a school. We facilitate access to quality education, which means as a hub, we are youthful in nature. We engage with students, we interact very well, and we have the equipment which traditional schools do not have access to. So that's what makes us different. And the unique part about what we do, we just don't focus on training, we focus on outcomes. So one reasons why people go to school is outcomes. your dad send you to great schools, to Harvard, to good schools, so you get recognition, you get job at the end.
At the end of the day.
So as a hub, we tie both of them together. So we train them and we give them internship. At the same time, we help them to become an entrepreneur or help them to access employment. So that's what makes us different.
Good. Now, what are some of those trainings? Can you enlighten us more about some of those core trainings that you give to those who come to your hub?
Good. So we have the upskill, which is our training arm. Under the upskills, we have 3 skill sets. One is the design and the digital skill sets, where we train people more about programming, Python, web development, digital marketing, analytics. Anything that has to do with digital, it comes under that skill set. Then we have the multimedia skill set, where we train people on cinematography, video editing, using drone technology, photography. It all comes under the multimedia and skill set. And finally, we have the future skill. The future skill set, we train people on AR, VR, and things like Internet of Things, robotic technology. And so this is what we are doing right now. So the 3 skill sets are the core training programs we are offering, and we offer this training for 3 different categories or 3 segments. So we have the retail segments where we offer this to anyone who just want to enroll for a course. They can come to us and enroll online, do an online program, or come on site. Then we have the corporate segmentation for us, where we offer corporate trainings. We go into your organization, identify your creative technology training needs, and we provide a solution in that aspect. Then we have the kids, where we are offering creative technology for kids. And we do this through various channels. One of them is the school, where we work with schools to offer creative technology programs in school. We offer this in form of creative clubs. You know, the good old days back in schools, we have Fridays for clubs. So we're bringing creative technology into schools through creative clubs, or we can even bring this as boot camps. School holidays are meant for boot camps, basically. So we're going to be bringing in boot camps to schools. And also, we can also design curriculum, creative technology curriculum, to add this as an elective subject in schools. So this is how we distribute this. And we have our in-house creative club in Awoyaya, where kids that lives around the environment, they can come and access creative technology programs in-house. So these are our 3 core areas of upskill training.
Well said, well said. Now let's talk a bit more about some of the challenges you might have gone through setting up this venture, because we all know that Nigeria has its own peculiarities when it comes to setting up a business. So can you share with us some of the challenges that you've experienced and gone through since you decided to set up Ehizua Hub?
Yeah, there've been challenges everywhere, as you've rightly said. One of the challenges we notice as a hub is getting the right skill sets, the right team, people to work with you. So we've been able to manage through that process and of setting up a team which are very passionate right now. And they've been driving that aspect for us, and we are still out there looking for the right team to help us scale other ventures we have within the hub. And the other challenges are quite common with infrastructure, government infrastructures. There are very poor roads in Nigeria, which for us it's a major challenge. And we are looking at ways where we can improve and contribute in that aspect as well. So the road network needs to be improved, and so the electricity, we've worked out the technology to manage that. So we run an hybrid system with our inbuilt solar technology and combination with generator and the normal traditional and grid supply of electricity. So we're combining 3 energy solutions together to solve that challenge. So energy is a big issue. And the main aspect is adaptation, you know, getting people to accept technology, which is a common issue with most technology companies in Nigeria. We are used to the good old days of doing things and traditionally manually. So getting schools to buy into these things. Technologies are not cheap, they are expensive. And at the same time, as a social enterprise, we're out there looking for sponsors that could support some of our technology programs in schools. So these are the three core challenges we've seen as a business, and we are looking for solutions to reduce them. And we've been talking with banks as well for partnership, and some of them will be announced in the coming weeks in terms of what we've been doing in managing these challenges.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, I think at this point in time, we'll go on a quick break, though I still have some more questions, but after this break, I'll be asking you the remaining questions.
No worries. Thank you, William.
Good. Well, viewers, you're still watching Meet the Boss, brought to you by ConnectNigeria.com, and I still remain your humble host, William Suzomba. My guest today is Mr. Matthias Ehizua, the founder of Ehizua Hub. After this short break, I still have some more questions for my guest before we call today's interview a wrap. Please stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Marta Hendra, and I'm the Education Partnership Director here at Ehizua Hub. I'm very proud to be part of this very unique organisation. I have been an educator of international students for 30 years, and there's no doubt that the impact of technology on education is becoming more important every day. Here at Ehizua Hub, we look at fostering the relationships between different institutions, in particular Torrens University in Australia, an institution which is internationally recognised, offering courses across many different disciplines for students. And the hub itself is very unique in providing up-to-date facilities, support in terms of training, not only technology, but also providing students with the facilities to facilitate their studies from the onset right through to moving into Australia to continue their studies. Here at Ehizua, my role is very much to support students through their training with academic skill support, IELTS training, and also furthering the development between Nigerian companies, institutions, and working together with companies and institutions in Australia. So I look forward to meeting you and welcoming you.
Welcome back to the second half of today's program, Meet the Boss, brought to you by Connect Nigeria. I still remain your humble host, William Suzomba, and today's discussion has been amazing so far. My guest still remains Mr. Matthias Ehizua, the founder and CEO of the brand known as Ehizua Hub. So you're welcome to the second half of today's interview.
Thank you.
And just as I said earlier, the interview has been going well, so far so good.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, I want to pick on something you said earlier before the break, and which is, as you pointed it as part of some of the initial challenges you were having, and that has to do with getting the right team. Now, from your experience, how important would you say it is for a business to have the right team?
Very important, extremely important, you know. People run businesses, basically. Business do not run on their own.
Very true.
People run businesses. So the moment you get the right team, people who are visionaries who could run with your vision, while you are not there, the business will be going on. So it's extremely important, and for it's a mandate for us as a business to help Nigerians, to train them to have the right skill sets, to make them the right fit candidate for any opportunities out there. Not just within Nigeria, global opportunities. Global. So that is what we stand for, and we are launching, as we said, we've identified problems and we're looking for solutions to solve them. So we are launching our first creative technology talent program, where we're going to be taking in 100 young Nigerians between the age of 18 to 35 years old. We'll take them in for a 6-month program. It's an exciting program, a combination of training, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So it comes with 2 to 3 months training within the 3 skill sets: multimedia skill, digital skill, or the future skill. So we get them trained within the 3 months time. During the training, they also go through some entrepreneurial training as well, and on the field experience. Then at the end of that, they are involved in a 3-month internship, which is a project-based internship. It involves them working directly with Ehizua Hub and working with our partners as well to gain valuable experience. So these internships are going to be paid internships. So which means we pay them literally 50,000 naira a month to get them trained. At the end of the internship, the student will get them to be placed in various employments. By then, they are not probably looking for employment because they're already job ready. It's either they get their business started immediately, or they work with Ehizua Hub, or they tend to get out other companies out there to work. And we've been building partnership for companies to absorb our talents, because once these talents are ready, they're just going to be ready for the market, basically. So it's an innovative program, no upfront cost. So the 100 people we're taking, we're going to take an application. So no upfront cost. But at the end of them completing the 6-month program, getting a job, then they have a commitment to repay back 250,000 naira within 12 months, which is spread like 22,000 naira monthly. So once they get their employment, just for we to keep the program, to make it sustainable. So we need them to support the next batch, and we'll keep going that way.
True.
So this is how we're going to address the talent issue.
The talent issues. Fantastic. Now let me still pick your mind on still on the issue of having the right team. Just as you mentioned earlier, a business cannot run itself. A business needs people to run it. How would you rate the present sets of people you work with at Ehizua Hub?
At the current set of people we have right now, I'll rate them at a growth rate of 60 to 70%. And reason being that as a startup, we had to take people who probably have no experiences, and we had to work on them, training them. And right now, they're doing very well in terms of their training. But the aspect we're getting them into right now, it's generating business, how they could convert that training they've got into business for us. And so they've gotten the brand visions, they've understand our values, and they've understand the purpose, the mission, why we are out there. So it's how they could build their negotiation skills when they are talking with schools, how they could convert that conversation to business. So it's beyond we having a marketing team. All of our team, as far as you're part of the production, you need to generate a revenue. That's the value added we want for our team. And so that is why, so 60 to 70, maybe by next year, they'll be on 90%.
That's really amazing. That's already a pass mark. So that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a pass mark.
Now let's talk more. Let's talk a bit more about you as an individual, as the founder of Ehizua Hub. Where would you say where would you say you draw your motivation, your feel to keep moving? I mean, something must propel you to do what you're doing. How do you get motivated? How do you draw your motivation?
Well, it all comes down from the passion, people. I'm a Christian by religion, and I believed in making a huge difference in the community we live as a way of my religion, not just other aspect of practicing religion. So my passion comes from my beliefs in Christ. And I feel that the only way I can give back is to make education, which has made a difference for me, accessible to people. You know, as a young man growing up from a single parent home, I lost my dad when I was 4 years old, and it was just my mom, you know, all alone, selling in Obalinde bus stop. And I'm not from a rich background, just to put that out there. So I went through the hardship, you know, of growing up as a young boy with my sisters and brothers. And accessing education was a big challenge for us. All I wanted to do was to go to OAU, Obafemi Awolowo University, and I got knocked down 2 to 3 times. And the opportunity comes for me to go abroad, and the funds were not there, and I jumped at it, and that has been a game changing for me and my family. I've helped over 1,000 Africans, not just in Nigeria, to go overseas and study and change their generation. So for me, education is not just a means of gaining knowledge, it's a means out of poverty. So, and that is why I'm doing this. If we can help Nigerians out there to get out of poverty, to get out of crime, to get out of various issues going on out there. So we are supporting through education, and we are passionate about this.
Fantastic. That's a good one. Now, let me pick your mind on the issue of partnership. What role or how important too would you say partnership is to a business? Have a business, how important is it for such a business to have other relationship with other brands, partnership with other brands and entity to grow?
Well, partnership is very important, just like talents. For a business, partnership gives you what would have taken you 20 to 30 years to learn. And you get that easily by partnering with established organizations out there. And we got great partners currently. We got Torrens University, Australia, the fastest growing university in Australia, as one of our key partners for delivering quality education. And as a hub, we've been able to assist over 200 students from Nigeria, Ghana, and other part of Africa to access quality education in Australia. Currently studying online and making plans to progress into Australia. So that is what that partnership has done for us. It has given access, help us to realize or actualize our vision, which is to create access to quality education. We only do that through partnership, and Torrens University has been one of our key partners in that space. And we got a few partners in the likes of City and Git, where we're going to be offering City and Git accredited training very soon. It's a UK-based training institute. And we got other partners in form of ComTIA, and also we're finalizing partnership with Autodex and Unity. And these are key partners. We got Cetrix as partners as well. And we have other technology partners where we're looking at working with. And in the space, in terms of business collaboration and creating more opportunity as a business, we got some edutech startups in Nigeria as well, which we are actually launching partnership with. And because we're a little bit different from the normal technology companies you see. Technology companies are going all out there without the brick and mortar system. Because they have a digital product and that's it. But we are having the brick and mortar system. So as a hub, we're going to be expanding, having more hubs opened in Nigeria. And some of them will go in form of learning centers. And right now we are working with a Nigerian digital edutech startup where we're going to be assisting in providing a learning center for their digital content. So that announcement will be coming out pretty much soon. And we got great things coming up in terms of partnership. So partnership is very vital for us.
That's beautiful. We're already coming to the home stretch for today's interview, but I still have one or two questions to wrap things up. Now, in line with what you just said, what should the public, the general public, expect from your hub going further and say in the next 5 years? Where would you like to see Ehizua Hub?
Ehizua Hub is going to become a brand name in the edutech space. In the next 5 years, almost every private school in Nigeria, we have an Ehizua Hub creative technology programs going on in school. So I would like the viewers to look out for there. If you know any schools out there that you think they need to have creative technology programs in school, contact us. We'll be happy to work with them. As we said, we are a social enterprise. It's people before profits. So we are putting the people out there, our purpose. If you would like to support us, partner in that space, within the next 5 years, you'll see our presence across schools. That is one area. Then the second aspect of growth for us in the next 5 years is startups. So we're going to be powering a lot of startups in Nigeria because while we train people with our upskill program, we just don't want them to end up being an employee. There are other ways of earning an ends meet, which is startups. So we're going to be supporting, and what we do as a business, we give back up to 10% of our revenues into startups. So whatever we get as a business, it goes back in setting up new businesses. So that is one thing we're going to be seeing from the hub. Then expansion outside of Nigeria. Currently, we are setting up a physical hub structure in South Africa, right in the city of Alexandra, next to Sandton. So Alexandra, it's a township, basically, one of those places they call locations. And we know there are great potentials out there for youth. So we're going to be working closely
to catch them
young, empower them. And the hub is already taking form and taking shape. So we're going to be launching that pretty much soon.
Fantastic.
So 5 years time is going to be exciting for us. Let's just keep working.
Fantastic. Mr. Matthias, it's been lovely having you on the program today.
Thank you.
And we've learned a lot about your brand. And we'll be tracking your brand.
Sure. And
from time to time, we'll report on it.
Thank you, William.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Well, viewers, you've heard that very wonderful insight from my guest today, Mr. Matthias Ehizua, the founder and CEO of the brand known as Ehizua Hub. He shared a lot of wonderful insight about the brand, where they are, where they are going, and what to expect from them. Remember, you can also watch the post-production of today's interview on our website, www.connectnigeria.com/CNTV. And you can also watch it on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, search for CNTV, and you can watch this interview and many of the other wonderful interviews we brought your way. And remember too, you can follow us on social media at Connect Nigeria across all social media platforms. And if you want to follow my humble self, I still remain Williams Zomba across all media platforms too. And as I always say on this program, if you want to see someone of interest on this show, drop us a message or two and I'll do my best to bring that person your way. Until we come your way, same time, same station, next week. As I always say on this program, continue to keep a positive mind, and the sky might just be the beginning of your success growth. Bye, guys.